Live radar, but we do have storm chances tonight and tomorrow. We'll look at our severe threat coming up. Paula.
Disaster in Italy, a frantic search underway to find survivors after an earthquake levels an entire town. Guy?
Terry Foster, 97 won the ticket.
Want to let you know, I had a stroke. I'm fine. I'm moving. But fellas, go to the doctor, please.
A wake-up call for all of us. Coming your way first at 4.
Well, the police chief for Detroit says he's on vacation, and today he turned the reins over to a new guy, a 7-year-old. It's pretty darn fantastic.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. We begin with a chance for showers, so let's get right to Ben. And the question, is there anything out there that could impact outdoor plans tonight?
Possibly, Karen. There's not a whole lot to look at right now, but when we go a little bit further off to the southwest, what you don't see is there's a little disturbance here, and it's starting to flare up some thunderstorms here in the very far northwest corner of Indiana. This will eventually try to migrate towards us, so we're going to be watching this very carefully. Looks like our best chance of seeing thunderstorms is probably going to be between about 7 and midnight tonight. There's just a slight chance that we could see some strong winds out of that, and that's why we're in the marginal risk for severe weather this evening. But again, a lot of us are going to skip through seeing any rain at all and just spend the night mostly cloudy and muggy. That humidity is definitely up. Temperatures will still be right around 80 degrees at 6 o'clock, falling into the 70s, but not quite as comfortable as what we've seen in nights past. Better chances of severe weather coming up tomorrow. We'll check that out. And of course, your 4-zone forecast, we'll look at how muggy those temperatures are going to get tonight. That's all coming up in a few minutes. Karen.
All right, thank you, Ben. The man accused of committing a smash and grab at Tapper's Jewelry inside 12 Oaks Mall was officially charged today. 26-year-old Jamal Ritters of Detroit was arraigned in a Novi court this morning. He is charged with felony larceny, retail fraud, and malicious destruction of a building. Ritters is also being held on a $300,000 bond. If released, he will have to wear a GPS tether and avoid 12 Oaks. Police are still looking for 2 other suspects. This afternoon, we're expected to learn what will happen to the former Farmington Hills police officer who pled guilty to owning child pornography. 48-year-old Matthew Parsons served as an officer in Farmington Hills for 20 years. In May, he was arrested and charged with owning child sexually abusive material, using a computer to commit a crime, and illegally recording an individual. He is in court right now, and we'll have a live update with what happens on Local 4 News at 5. A driver suspected of falling asleep behind the wheel hits and kills another driver in Garden City. It happened about 11:30 last night on Ford Road and Merriman. Police say the suspected sleepy driver crossed the center line and hit another car, killing a 28-year-old man from Detroit. A 24-year-old man from Dearborn is believed to be responsible for the accident. He was hospitalized and is in critical condition at this hour. Today, Ford recalling thousands of cars and SUVs due to engine problems. 88,000 Ford cars and SUVs are impacted. The recall covers certain Taurus models, Flex wagons, and Lincoln MKT SUVs from the years 2013 to 2015. Ford says engines in these vehicles can stall without warning or may not start because fuel pump control modules can fail. Dealers will replace the control modules for free. For more information, go to our website, clickondetroit.com. We've posted info on the homepage. First at 4, we're on top of stories making headlines all around the world. We begin in Italy, where the death toll continues to climb as the search for survivors is underway at this hour after an earthquake devastates parts of the country. Devin joins us now, and Devin, the government fears the death toll could climb even higher.
Exactly right. That's the fear this afternoon, Karen. Right now, at least 120 people listed as dead, more than 360 others injured after central Italy rocked by an earthquake that rang in at 6.2 on the Richter scale. Crews are right now digging through the rubble in 3 towns, desperately searching for any survivors. Amatrice is among the hardest hit areas, with 50 people believed to be dead there. An American traveler was near Amatrice and says the earthquake hit the area in the middle of the night while everyone was asleep.
We ran out to the main area where there's a big chandelier, and the chandelier was just swaying back and forth. And at that point, we knew, and just trying to get out of the building as fast as we can.
The earthquake was felt in the city of Rome, about 88 miles away from Amatrice. New drone video shot by the Italian Fire Brigade shows streets that are just filled with rubble where shops and apartments once stood. Again, at least 120 people dead. Dozens, though, are still missing. The rescue teams just now trying to get in and continue looking for more survivors. But Karen, as you mentioned, it's feared that the death toll will almost certainly rise. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Devin. Italy wasn't the only place affected by an earthquake today, as the country of Myanmar in Southeast Asia also got hit by the natural disaster this morning. A 6.8 magnitude earthquake hit central Myanmar, killing at least one person and damaging several ancient buildings. At least 20 people were injured in the earthquake as recovery efforts continue. At least 5 people are hurt after gunmen attacked the American University of Afghanistan in Kabul. Armed militants set off a car bomb outside the school and then opened fire on campus. Witnesses say students barricaded themselves in classrooms, pushing chairs and desks against the door to protect themselves. The White House released a statement saying it was aware of the incident and was monitoring the situation. Vice President Joe Biden is in Turkey today, trying to restore diplomatic relations strained by the failed coup attempt in Turkey last month. The Turkish government is upset with the U.S. after they did not give a clear message of support during that attempted coup. They also dislike America's alliance with the Kurdish people in Syria along Turkey's border. Biden hopes to clear the air between the two nations and restore the good standing the countries once had. All right, let's move closer to home. It's been a day, quite a day, that this 7-year-old Detroit boy, he's never going to forget. It all started with Rodney Buston being sworn in as Detroit's chief for the day. Our Paula Tutman has his story.
This has not been an easy time for little Rodney. He's been very, very sick. He's had some very, very trying, difficult situations to deal with. But I got to tell you, when you talk to a 7-year-old, this is probably the day he'll say, "This was the best day ever." You know it's a big deal when the Detroit police helicopter lands on the front lawn of HQ and stepping out, the new chief for the day. 7-year-old Rodney Burton was excited and had to be overwhelmed because, you know what, it wasn't until this morning he found out that he would be taking the reins of the city. And of course, he had one directive.
I want to help people and I want the city to be protected.
It's a great profession. I've been doing it for 39 years. And every day from 39, almost a half years ago, has been a great day. I still smile like I did the first day I started. And you know, not everybody can say that about your professions.
This is touching and really incredible, particularly when you know that this is a little boy who has survived. He is kicking cancer's butt, and even with the added complication of sickle cell anemia, a very painful disease, through it all, Rodney has stayed strong and determined to be a police officer someday. Surely, there were days when his family didn't even think this kind of a day would ever happen for him.
Just thinking about what he's gone through, to be so young and to stay positive. That makes him great in itself, to me.
He's pulling through. We just got God and we pray, and we know everything's going to be okay.
Today, Rodney sees the many facets of police: special response teams, canine, equine, motorcycle, brass, bars, and stripes.
Well, Chief, thanks for coming in today. It was nice to meet you.
Chief Craig met him in the hospital in April and was inspired by his courage and willingness to fight 2 serious illnesses. And so with pride, he administered the oath. Here's a little boy so excited and already a little bit tired. He actually had to use his left hand to support his right hand as he took that oath of office.
That I accept this oath of office. Oath of office. As police chief for the day.
Okay, so what else is on tap? Well, when you're the chief of police and you're 7 years old, pizza, of course. Rodney will also have an opportunity to meet the mayor of Detroit. And wow, after that, how about this? Live a healthy, happy life. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
All right, what a day for Rodney. Thank you so much, Paula. Ahead first at 4, a Michigan school district forced to cancel its first day of school. So what went wrong that had parents scrambling for answers this morning? Also, see why a father and his son are turning to yoga after a life-changing diagnosis. Guy?
So what do you want to let them know?
Just want to let them know, go to the doctor. Don't be like me and wait I thought I could do it myself, but you do need medical help too to get you through.
Terry Foster, 97 won the ticket. Had a mild stroke 2 weeks ago. Today, he's doing really well, but he's got a lesson for all of us. It's a wake-up call we need to hear.
Coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
The owner of this repair shop made me a promise. Take a look at the video. In fact, he shook on it, saying that the truck he held hostage for 14 months would be fixed right away. Well, today we have an update to this story, one that may surprise you. We're live tonight.
All right, Ben is back. Lots of people trying to get some stuff done tonight outside. Can they, or is it going to be like iffy all over?
Well, we got a chance of seeing showers and storms, but the chance is not good. And as you look now over downtown Detroit, it looks like somebody's trying to get some sailing in there.
That looks really nice.
Look at that. Yeah, just kind of chilling out there on the river. But the one thing that is going to be a definite for just about everybody is that humidity. 83 is where we're at right now. The heat index is at 88, and it is going to stay muggy through tonight, really through the day tomorrow. Winds are out of the south to 17, and that's just bringing in warmer and more humid air. Storm pinch shot was from earlier today when we had those crystal clear skies. This is out in Croswell at the Swinging Bridge. Still some pretty high water out there, so there are very few folks that need any more rain, but it looks like we've got a shot of getting it. In fact, some of us got wet earlier in the afternoon from that quick shower that migrated through here. Now we're watching what's going on to the south. There is a tornado watch out around Indianapolis and the northern part of the suburbs there up towards Kokomo. That is going to stay away from us, but there's a little disturbance back here in northern Illinois that could be triggering a few showers or storms that could reach us, especially in our southern zone. As we get into tonight. The model has not been handling our storm chances well. Nevertheless, I think whatever does pop up is going to be pretty much out of here by 11 o'clock or midnight tonight. We should be dry overnight. There is a small chance, depending on what goes on further to the west, that there could be some weakening thunderstorms trying to get through here at daybreak tomorrow, but the best chance is going to be in the afternoon ahead of this cold front. Notice that those colors are darker, and that means that these storms could be a little bit more intense. Our chance of severe weather is higher. We're under a slight risk, especially in our south zone, for those storms tomorrow. Speaking of our 4 zone, let's take a look at our high temperatures, or what we're going to see for our highs going into tomorrow. Very similar to what we saw today, and across the area those numbers not going to be much different, except in areas where we get those thunderstorms. That could put a dent in those high temperatures. In our north zone, those numbers could be right around 80 degrees. Highs will be again in the 80s, but we are going to see plenty of cloud cover as we get into the second half of tomorrow. Strong thunderstorms, but then once we get into the rest of that 7-day forecast, we are going to be seeing another chance of seeing some wet weather by the end of the weekend. Highs will stay in the 80s on through Wednesday, and keep in mind, average highs this time of year are in the low 80s, so not far off of that for the next 7 days. Karen?
All right, thank you, Ben. Right now, sports radio personality Terry Foster is undergoing his first session of physical therapy after suffering a minor stroke. On 97 won the ticket. He's a wise and insightful voice on the world of sports with unapologetic opinions. But Terry's voice could have been silenced when he unwisely ignored the warning signs. He shared a life-saving lesson with Local 4's Guy Gordon.
They think Verlander's going to turn back to bad JV. And so far, so good.
You're watching a man having a stroke. Slight slurring, difficulty connecting words.
As I'm talking, it became a struggle, because I thought I was just sick with a cold.
The symptoms perceptible to those closest to him and very clear to Terry, yet refused to address it for 3 potentially damaging days.
I kept pushing. It was going to go away. And then Thursday it didn't, and then that's when I was like panicked.
After 5 days in the hospital, he's now walking with a slight hitch, weakness on the right side, tires easily when he's speaking, and has some motor control issues.
The typing is affected, and then the voice is affected too. So I'm like, well, I can't earn a living if this is the problem, and so that really freaks you out.
So he's squeezing a ball, typing for therapy and reading out loud, rewiring his brain around the blocked vessel causing the problem. He's doing well. New discipline for a man who went 5 long years without seeing a doctor.
We got to dump the bro code now, and I am going, and my wife has said I've lost all my privileges, so she's going to make sure that I go.
Time is brain. Do not delay. Seek treatment right away.
Don't waste a minute, because delaying treatment can be irreversibly costly.
Delaying evaluation and treatment of a stroke could mean worse symptoms, more permanent symptoms, and severe disability.
I've been told by everyone I'm lucky, I'm fortunate, everything.
Terry says you never really know how good your wife is until you get sick. She's making sure, along with the kids, that he gets his walks-ins, that he's doing his homework. He plans to be back on the air full-time October 3rd. From West Bloomfield, I'm Guy Gordon. First at 4.
All right, thank you, Guy. So good to see him up and walking, but also big thanks to the wife to hold him to all of those regimens that he needs to follow. Ahead first at 4, Olympic champion Michael Phelps stepping back into the spotlight. Coming up, we have got details of his first gig since he won 5 more medals in Rio. And next, a Michigan school district has to cancel the first of classes. What went wrong that shut down the entire district? All right, let's talk trending stories. We'll start over in Jackson County, where it was the first day of school, but there was a big problem. Only classes were canceled when someone flattened the tires of all the school buses in the district. It happened in Concord. That's where around 5:45 this morning, the district discovered at least one tire on each of the 10 buses in the district's fleet were deflated. Investigators think someone let air out of the tires sometime last night. The superintendent says the buses will be fixed today and students will have a full day of school tomorrow. Got an inspiring story out of Texas where a father and son have just completed a 60-day yoga challenge. 22-year-old Richie Smith has been battling brain cancer since he was 18, and it has left him with limited mobility on his left side. So to help with this therapy, he recruited his father to complete a yoga challenge.
I go up to my dad and I'm like, oh, Hank, you're taking this class with me. And so it's pretty cool, and I've just been hooked on it since.
Every time something comes up, we do our best as a family, and him inspiring things too is how could we make it happen? Instead of, no, there's no way we can do this, is how can we do this?
Pretty cool. Recently, an MRI revealed treatment has been working. One of Richie's 2 tumors is gone. Michael Phelps left Rio with 5 more Olympic medals, bringing his total to a record 28. Well, tonight you can see the greatest Olympian of all time right here on Local 4. Phelps will appear on tonight's America's Got Talent. Make sure to join him at 8 o'clock on Local 4. You think he's really done? I do think he's done now. I mean, he's 31, he's got a baby.
He's going out on top.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, right? When I win my 28 gold medals, I'll do the same. Well, Phelps helped the USA win the medal count. Great Britain took home 67 medals in Rio, so there's reason to celebrate when they landed at Heathrow Airport yesterday. The celebration, though, took a little turn to confusion when the athletes went to baggage claim. Take a look at all those bags. Yeah, that's because all 320 athletes had identical bags, causing one athlete to tweet this picture while he waited patiently as everyone checked the name tags on each bag. The extra wait at baggage claim came after a 12-hour flight.
Usually it's only a problem when you have a little black bag.
I know. That's why I always put a little ribbon on mine.
That's what they should have done.
They should have done a little ribbon. All right, ahead first at 4, the votes are in. Coming up next, we reveal the winner for the best wedding florist in our Vote for the Best. You don't want to miss this.
He was a local barber who catered to celebrities and athletes.
He would also travel with few of the stars.
A father of 3 who left Bloomfield and moved to Detroit. Gunned down in his own apartment.
Yes, it hurts.
Who did it and what kind of clues were left behind?
It seems like yesterday to me.
Tonight at 11, police have a murder mystery on their hands. Who killed this young father and what detectives think he was doing just before he was murdered?
Visit Suburban. Finally, first at 4, we want to tell you about Michael B. Anthony in Wyandotte.
Yep, the florist has been voted the best wedding florist in our very own Vote for the Best awards.
And they do it all. Michael B. Anthony, from weddings to events. They'll make sure your special day will be one to remember. Look at these gorgeous flowers.
Yes, their flowers will also be featured at Finders Keepers Vintage Market on September 11th in Woodhaven.
So big congratulations to Michael B. Anthony. They've been around for 3 years, but in that quick time, they've been nominated and won.
Skyrocketed to the top.
Great success. Thanks so much for joining us for First at 4. Inside Edition is next.